Okay, let's talk about this. You're a software engineer, maybe aiming for that team lead spot or project lead,
Right. You're looking to make that jump.
and you get into the interview room or, the video call these days,
Yeah.
and the questions feel, well, they feel different, not your standard leak code grind.
Uh-huh. They start asking things like, tell me about a time you had a conflict with a colleague.
Or describe how you influenced a major technical decision.
Give me an example of a time a project you were on failed.
Yeah.
And crucially, what did you do?
And that shift, it's because they're looking beyond just your coding chops, right?
Exactly. For leadership roles, interviewers are digging into how you've actually handled real situations in the past.
Yeah.
Your technical skills are like the foundation, sure.
But they're trying to predict, okay, how will this person actually perform when things get complicated? How do they handle pressure or team dynamics?
Precisely. Past behavior predicting future performance. It's less about can you solve the puzzle, more about how you lead through the messy parts.
So they're looking for specific things, competencies.
Yeah, key leadership competencies, like problem solving that goes beyond just code,
Yeah.
how you collaborate, how you navigate disagreements, conflict resolution.
Your actual leadership approach, maybe? And how you make decisions.
Spot on. And they don't want some perfect story.
Yeah.
They want a real example, but importantly, structured.
Mm.
Something that shows your thinking and what you actually did.
Okay, structure. That feels important.
Yeah.
How do you structure that kind of answer on the fly?
Well, there's a really useful framework for this. It's called the STAR method. STAR.
Star, okay.
It gives you a simple way to organize your thoughts and tell a clear, compelling story about your experience. Takes a messy, real-life thing and makes it focused.
All right, break it down for us. STAR. What's the S?
S is for situation. So you start by just briefly setting the scene. What was the context?
Yeah.
The project, the challenge.
Just enough background so they get it. Like tight deadline, maybe a technical disagreement brewing.
Exactly. Keep it concise, then you hit task.
Task. So what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. What was your specific responsibility or goal in that situation?
Yeah.
What were you tasked with achieving or helping the team achieve? It clarifies what success looked like for you.
Okay. Situation, task, then A.
A is action. And this is like the most important part, especially for leadership roles.
All right. This is what you did.
Yes. You have to use I. What specific steps did you take? What decisions did I make? How did I influence the outcome? Maybe I mediated that conflict, or I analyzed the options and proposed solution X.
So it's really showing your initiative and your process, not just we did this.
Absolutely not we. It's about your agency, your leadership actions. Explain your choices, the rationale.
Got it. So STAR.
R is for result. What happened because of your actions? What was the outcome?
Okay, the payoff.
Exactly. And this is where you show your impact. Try to quantify it if you can. Team velocity went up by 15%, or we reduced critical bugs by X amount.
Numbers help.
They do. But qualitative results matter too for leadership. Like maybe team communication got way better, or you fixed a relationship with another team, or even what you learned from it.
Ah, okay. So the lesson learned can be part of the result too.
Definitely. Especially if you can show how you applied that learning later. The key is linking the result back to the situation and task, showing how your action made a difference.
So thinking situation, task, action, result. It stops you from just rambling. Yeah. Keeps you focused on what matters for the role.
Totally. It structures your thoughts and ensures you hit all the key points. Context, your goal, what you did, and what happened because of it. Avoids getting lost in like super deep technical details that don't show leadership.
Okay, so for preparing, I should think about typical leader challenges.
Good idea. Think about technical disagreements, mentoring someone, handling project risks, cross-team communication, maybe dealing with underperformance, making tough calls.
And find my own examples for those.
Yep. Find real examples from your experience that fit those themes, and then practice telling those stories using STAR. Really focus on that action part, the I statements and the result. What changed because of you?
It probably takes a bit of practice to boil down a complex situation like
It
that.
does, but it's super effective for showing you're ready for that next step.
Right. So as you're thinking about moving into leadership, maybe take a moment.
Yeah.
Think about a recent tricky situation, maybe a tough technical choice or smoothing over some team friction. Try mapping it out with STAR. What was the situation, the task for you? What specific actions did you personally take, and what was the final result?
See what that process reveals about your own approach, your own style. It's pretty insightful.